What is up, guys? In this short episode, I'm going to be talking about the one thing that people don't get about narcissism. Now, I'm probably going to do a longer and more variations of videos on this, or even audio clips, but I've recently been coming across forums where I've seen people complain a lot about narcissistic wives or girlfriends, and obviously there's men as well, but the ones I've been coming across have been on men's forums. So I'm going to direct mainly towards the men, but it's also applicable to women too. And basically there's a lot of people complaining about, they don't feel loved, they feel worthless after being in this sort of relationship or in this dynamic. And it's brought me to a realization a while ago, to be fair, but speaking from personal experience as well, I had a bit of a realization a few years ago. What if this narcissistic relationship was there to teach you how to love yourself? So self-love, self-value. So it's almost like the universe, God, call it what you will, is putting you in this situation. At least this is the way I see it. It's put you in this situation to say, okay, I'm going to put you in this toxic position. Someone's going to disrespect you. Someone's going to put you down. Maybe gaslight you. Maybe manipulate you. Whatever it is they're going to do. Just to see if you truly value yourself, if you have self-worth, self-love, love yourself enough to leave no matter what that person's doing to you. Perhaps they turn your friends against you. Cool, okay, someone's turned their friends against you. Do you still go back to that person? Someone that loves themselves wouldn't go back to that person, would they? They would put up a boundary first, maybe try to communicate, and then leave if it was too much. And then I think there's more extreme cases as well, because I've heard of some severe cases, people they say that their wife or husbands accused them of certain crimes or things they didn't do. Some cases, rape without the G, just so this video doesn't get monetized, stealing, I don't know what else, but there are all sorts of accusations. And then the person will still go, yes, I can't leave because financially, it's not sustainable. I can't do that. I can't leave this person, so I'm stuck in this marriage or this relationship. Once again, I know this is an extreme case, but what if this was the universe saying to you, and it's a bit of a repetition of what I said, but those extreme cases, it's like, okay, I'm going to get them to manipulate you. I'm going to get them to turn everyone against you, to gaslight you. I'm going to, financially get them to ruin you, to have the house, etc., etc., etc. And you're still choosing to stay in that. Someone that loves themselves, of course, wouldn't choose to stay in that. And I know a lot of people say, well, then where am I going to live? Where am I going to stay? I won't have money. My kids will be gone. And once again, guys, this is not for the faint-hearted. This is not for people that are not willing to look at this from this perspective and accept the reality of this. This is for people that want to actually step out of that mindset, that victim mindset, and become like a authentic, better version of themselves. And the truth of it is, you would not. Someone that tolerates this does not love themselves, and that's what it comes down to. And I think that's why a lot of people find it hard to accept that, because the root cause of it is you lack in self-worth, self-value, to be able to tolerate something like this. Now, I know initially it can be hard to identify these kind of relationships because, some people are covert and there's a lack of awareness. And it's understandable, but even once again, you still may be falling into old patterns. Maybe you're only with that person, not because you truly want to be, but because you feel lonely and you don't like being alone. Once again, goes back to self-worth and self-love. Someone that loves themselves, someone that truly values themselves, wouldn't be with someone just so they're not lonely, just to fill a void. Now, this is just something just come into my head. I'm aware that this can be taken too far to the extreme. Someone that loves themselves too much and has too much, quote unquote, a perception of value, that's where they become narcissistic. But here's the key point to remember. Empathy and narcissism is just one extreme. It's like the opposite sides of the scale. Narcissism is someone that loves themselves too much self-value. Empathy, well, I guess in this case we use someone that's empathetic because this is the stereotypical empathetic person, is someone that doesn't really put themselves first. So it's like the complete opposite. And what if, just what if, a narcissist was put into an empath's life so they can learn how to value themselves and not keep giving their value and power to others? And what if it was the job of the empath to teach the narcissist how to love others more and not just themselves? So it's almost like you've got a lesson to learn from each side and apply that to your own life. But a lot of people are not seeing this and not understanding this, just turning into the victim, blaming the other person, and then they go, I keep attracting narcissistic people. Yes, because you haven't learned the lesson and applied it into your life. So in summary, 1, ask yourself the question, what would someone that loves themselves or values themselves do in this situation? And 2, look to learn the good traits of narcissism, which I mean, once again, at least put yourself first in some situations, value yourself, love yourself to an extent, but still keep those empathetic traits where you can be compassionate to others and consider others. It's about finding balance of both. Hope that helps, and like I said, I'll do another video, another audio clip on this in the future, but this was something I just wanted to get off my chest for now. Have a great week.